guys, it's Cindy from The Sinful Life, and today is my very first makeup tutorial. I thought I'd give you this look that has some gold and some berry tones, which is really flattering for winter and especially for the holidays. So keep watching if you want to see how to do this look. You can always glam it up with some lashes or take it down a notch and do just a very sheer color if that's what your thing is. But keep watching and don't forget to subscribe and check out asinfullife.com for more beauty, health, and happiness. And we'll see you next time. Alright, so I am starting with clean moisturized skin, and I'm just going to pull my hair back. And then I'm going to start with a primer. This is the POREfessional from Benefit Cosmetics, and I really like it in my T-zone to help my oil. If you have dry skin though, you can kind of skip this step. Then I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. This is a highly recommended drugstore foundation, and I really like it for oily skin. The color seemed to be a little bit off on camera, but in person it was a little bit different, but that's something to consider when doing photography and videos. I'm sprayed it with the Bobbi Brown Face Mist, and I'm using the full coverage foundation brush, and I spray it to kind of help it smooth out a little bit. And then this foundation brush is amazing. It blends so smooth, and it helps to make sure that you're using the right amount of product. Then I'm going to use the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline in the color Neutralizer. And I really like this when I'm just doing kind of a light, fresh look, because this helps to brighten without being cakey or heavy, especially when I go in with my Beauty Blender. And the Beauty Blender is damp, and I just go in and I just kind of bounce it on my skin and pick up any excess, but also it blends it in so super smooth, and I love that. I sprayed it a little bit with the face mist because it was drying out a little, and that again just helps it blend super easy. Now I'm setting it with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I didn't show it, but I really love it because it never gets too cakey on my skin. But because I'm oily, I like to put a decent amount on, and I bake it, which means I just leave it on kind of chunky for a minute. I'm then going to go in with my bronzer, and my bronzer isn't, oh, I'm going to be tan today. It's going to be a color correction. So I look at my arms and my décolleté and my face, and I want it all to kind of be even and all over match. So I put the bronzer on the perimeter of my face and on my neck, and I just kind of blend it out, and that's going to help me give the right color. Then I go back in with my Beauty Blender, and that was taking off the excess powder. And then I finish by spraying it with the face mist, and it gives my skin just a natural pretty finish. Then I'm going in with a creamy cheek color. This is Uber Beige from Bobbi Brown, and this is just to bring a little bit of color back in, and I love to use a cream blush in the winter and layer it with a powder because one, it helps it to look a little bit more dewy, and it also helps it stay. Layering your blushes really gives it some staying power. I'm using Nectar from Bobbi Brown for the pop of color, and that is a universally flattering blush color, so I highly recommend it for everyone. It just kind of gives you a great tone. I'm blending out any harsh lines just with my foundation brush. And then I'm going to do my brows, and check out my other brow tutorial, and you can see this step in detail. But just a quick review, I'm just starting on the inside, going to the out, using light feather strokes, and just measuring, making sure my brows both match on both sides. Again, I'm using Anastasia's Brow Wiz in medium brown. It's a great tool. Then I just take a little cleanup brush, make sure it looks good. Then I'm using the Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop Cosmetics, and this is in the Kathleen Lights collection. But it's so cool because it goes on kind of like a cream but finishes as a powder, and it's a great primer. I'm going to start the eyes with the color Half Baked from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and this is a gold shade, and it's not too gaudy or glittery, so I really like it when you're just kind of going for a subtle look. But I'm using a big flat shader brush, and I'm just packing that color all over my eyelid and up into my crease. This color is going to be the star of the look, so I just want to kind of put it everywhere. And then I'm going to take the Naked color from the same palette with a blending brush, and I'm going to put that right into the crease and kind of across the top of my crease on the lid. And this is just going to give me definition in my eyes. It's a matte color, and so it kind of just blends in, and again use windshield wiper technique, back and forth, back and forth. And this is just a clean brush to blend out any hard lines on the top of that. And then I'm going to take a small definer brush and I'm going to use it just on the under eyes, and I'm using the Naked color from the same palette. And I like to do this because it connects the final look, and it also gives a little bit more definition, especially when you don't want to put a ton of liner on your lower lid. This is going to help kind of finish the look together. Then I'm going to take the color Smog, again from the same collection, and I'm just putting this right into the outer corner of my crease so that I have a tiny bit more definition. And again, this is a little bit of a gold shade. And I'm just going to match both sides, make sure they have enough color. I'm going to line my eyes with the Maybelline Eye Studio Black Gel Liner. And this is an awesome drugstore gel liner. I highly recommend it. But of course, I forgot to stop my camera and it stopped recording, so I'm so sorry. I am going to do an in-depth eyeliner tutorial another time. But today, just know that I did my waterline and just a soft, easy line on the top. And then I curl my lashes, and then I'm going to use the Trish McEvoy Lash Curling Mascara. It's my all-time favorite mascara because it leaves no residue. Then I'm using Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This is such a beautiful highlight color, very subtle, but it's really going to help kind of finish the look. I'm using it again on the cheekbones, on the arch of my brow, and on the inner corner of my eye, and then just right on my Cupid's bow. Then I'm going to line my lips. This color is called Elegant Rose. It's a no-name brand lip liner. But I like to line my lips by keeping my lips normal, and then I smile and do it again. And that helps make sure that my liner doesn't look wonky when I move my mouth. Then I'm using a color called Blackberry from Bobbi Brown. This is kind of a satin finish lipstick, and it looks really dark in the palette or in the tube, but it goes on actually a little bit more sheer. It's a beautiful berry tone, very flattering for almost everybody. And then I'm going to shake out my hair, finish with some setting spray. This is the Urban Decay setting spray. And there you have it. There is my winter makeup tutorial. I hope you guys like it. Definitely let me know if you try it out. Leave some comments and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.